Welcome back to Northside Square, everyone. It's again a rather cool, a mildish cool Friday morning here in January. And again, we're back for the second part of our discussion with Lauren Tolbert from LRK Architects here in Memphis. And we're talking about lighting and the importance of lighting and everything that goes into the adaptive reuse of Northside School or Northside Square, which is our official name of it. So, Lauren, last week we were talking about, or earlier we were talking about, the importance of lighting, working with a lighting consultant. And you were telling us a little bit about some of the challenges with lighting on an adaptive reuse project such as this one. What are some of the things that you see as a project lead in the management of the architecture and bringing this building back online? Challenges related to lighting and bringing sort of images back on site and things of that nature.
So lighting is a big thing. Like you were saying last week, we were out here with our lighting consultant, just taking a walkthrough of the site of the building. But lighting is just important, period. You want your visitors to the building as well as the people who, depending on the type of building, the people who occupy the building to feel safe. Is one, and to also have the advantages of as much natural light and day lighting as they can into the building. And so some of those things in figuring out, where to put light fixtures, the types of light fixtures that you have, how to light, just something like the parking lot, for example, for a resident who's coming home, at night after work, and, just being able to have the amount of light for them to feel safe, as well as walking into the building, but
Right.
also just, aesthetic lighting, wanting the project to look nice and inviting. Lighting can go a long way into doing that. Um, some of the other things, other challenges that we have to face on a lot of projects, like accessibility here at Northside. That's a big thing here because
Right.
of there's so many grade changes on site. You have one grade out front where you're entering at the second level. You have another grade over here where you were coming in on the first level. In the back of the building, you were coming in the basement. So there are a lot of things with this accessibility in this project, and making sure the visitors to the site, to the project, but also the tenants, the residents, everyone can move through and around the project safely, and quickly, and be able to get to everything. It's fair for everyone. So those are some of the things that we look at when doing adaptive reuse for
Great,
projects.
great. Well, thanks for sharing that. And so, Lauren, you're a native Memphian. I'm a native Memphian. We're both products of Memphis City Schools, or former Memphis City Schools, Shelby County Schools, or Memphis Shelby County Schools now. As you work in these neighborhoods and some of the older neighborhoods, I would imagine that all of those things that you talked about, all of the elements of lighting and so on and so forth, that has to be reimagined as you come back and do a site like this, is that kind of consistent with what you see with projects of older buildings and older residential neighborhoods? We talked a little bit earlier in some of the broadcasts about security concerns and what it means to kind of revitalize an entire neighborhood. But as you get into the urban core, I guess, of the city of Memphis, are there certain similarities that you see from project and site to site that you also see here with this one?
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities. Some things, whether you're in the urban core, you're in a urban neighborhood, so to speak, or even whether you're downtown or in Cordova or Collier, there are some things that are consistent throughout projects, adaptive reuse projects, and a couple of things we just mentioned. There's lighting, there's accessibility, there's changing of a building use.
Right.
Like the North Side building here,
Right.
was a former school, and now it's going to be a mixed use building with some residential, with retail. So there are challenges, amongst that. But yes, there is another level of thinking and things that go into certain projects like Northside, that is in quote unquote a underserved, or it's not, I guess it's not quote, it actually is an
Yeah.
underserved
Challenge
neighborhood,
communities, right.
right? So there are similarities through those, and safety is one of those. You do unfortunately see higher crime rates in those areas. So making sure, again, that people are comfortable, people are safe, but also a project that's welcoming. You want it to be for the users, so something that you may see, pop up in Collierville is not necessarily the right thing, for this neighborhood, for this building, for this project. And so we do look at where projects are, and how we can best relate those to the neighborhoods that they are in, the people
Right.
who are going to be using them, the people, you know, who are going to be working there. Those are different levels and different aspects of projects. So there are similarities and differences.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then finally, closing out, Lauren, if you can just tell us from a personal standpoint what it actually means to you, being a native Memphian again, to participate in projects of this nature as you see the city itself get transformed, hopefully for the better.
Yeah, it means a lot. Like you said, I've been here in Memphis. I grew up in Memphis, went to school here, work here, and so it means a lot, you know, to be able to see a building like Northside be able to be reimagined, reactivated, to bring some of that neighborhood pride and that community, that sense of community into the project and the building itself. I know we talked about before. So I grew up in South Memphis. Um, Neighborhoods that not unlike this neighborhood or you know the nearby Smoky City, all those. And so again, seeing something happen versus not happening, you know, it's not, the building's not being torn down,
Right.
which is something that actually went through recently. My the high school that my parents went to was torn down in South Memphis, as opposed to somebody doing something with the building
Right.
and saving it. So
Right.
being able to be a part of those and helping out and reimagining and being like, yes, like I can do this. I can help,
Right.
you know, bring something here that people are happy about, people are excited about. And so I love working on projects like that, projects
Very
that
good.
mean something, that have, you know, something to say for
Great.
to the community, to all of the Memphis, to the world. Like it's a great thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you, Lauren, for being here with us today. And thank you all for listening again. This is week 25, the second part. Go back and watch the first part if you missed our introduction with Lauren. And so, also for next week, week 26, we'll be talking about healthy food and the current mobile food grocery that the Works is sponsoring and has here actively in the Klondike community. So we're going to show you the mobile grocery and talk about what that looks like, talk about what it means, and how it's going to be a part of the development going forward and where else you can find it in the community.